Hello super friends and welcome to DC TV Talk. This is the show where we talk all things Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And in today's video we're going to be discussing and reviewing Supergirl Season 3 Episode 23, otherwise entitled Battles Lost and Won, otherwise known as the season finale of Supergirl Season 3. Now before I jump into the review, I do apologise for the switch up in format of this video. I am making this on my iPad, not my laptop. If you follow me on Twitter you'll know what's going on there. Basically, I'm not getting my new laptop till tomorrow, so with that out the way, let's get into the review. So I think this finale opened up with a fairly strong action sequence that we were promised thanks to the set photos. We saw pretty much all of our main heroes. We had Supergirl, we had Mon-El, we had Saturn Girl, we had Guardian, we had Allura, all fighting against this massive kind of earthquake that was going on, caused by Rain and also caused by the other Sisters of Rain. And this was a really awesome fight, although Mon-El did absolutely nothing. It was still really cool to see all these characters interacting. And this is where we also got James unmasking himself. It was just full of really awesome little moments like that. However, this did lead to the very sad moment, and probably the most emotional moment of the episode, where we saw Marin finally die and be killed off right in front of his son, Jean. This was a very sad moment. I think Marin's been a pretty interesting part of the season, one of the more interesting parts of the season, and I've really enjoyed his relationship and his moments with Jean. So to see David Harewood really just act the hell out of that was really nice, and I think they both pulled it off really well, and his sacrifice was necessary for the future of the show and the future of the episode, and I really enjoyed that aspect. It was a great little moment. We then get a very interesting revelation where we have Brainiac 5 sit down with both Mon-El and Winn, and he tells them that his future relative is now a massive threat to the future and a threat to AIs. And of course Brainiac 5 is an AI, and he says he can no longer go there, so he's going to be staying in our time, while Winn actually goes with Mon-El back to the future. So Mon-El is actually replacing Winn as a member of the Legion of Superheroes, and Brainiac 5 is going to be staying with us. At least they explained that, because the contract news was a bit confusing in regards to that, but we got that cleared up. But Winn's a member of the Legion now. We then have all of our heroes go to the Fortress of Sanctuary, which is basically the Rain hideout type thing that's the, equivalent to the Fortress of Solitude. And we see this big fight that we've been waiting for. This was like the big final fight between Kara and Rain. And this was a great fight. It wasn't quite as good as the mid-season finale one, but it was still pretty close. And we actually get the awesome moment where Sam, who after now being separated from Rain, actually kills her and stabs her in the back, which was a great little moment. And I really enjoyed the fact that it was Sam who actually got to kill Rain. Now, while this doesn't immediately kill Rain, this does cause her to go absolutely crazy, and she just shoots her laser vision everywhere. She kills Mon-El, and she kills Allura, almost kills Jean, and it's just this really emotional moment because Kara feels like she's responsible for that moment because she went in there with the intent to kill Rain, which she said she never do, because that obviously goes against what she stands for, and this leads to a very interesting moment that I guess I should have seen coming, but was quite interesting nonetheless, but this was still a great moment leading up to it. This particular moment I am talking about is where Kara takes the ring, the Legion ring, off of Mon-El's hand, off of Mon-El's dead hand, might I add, and actually uses it to go back in time a few minutes just before Rain actually kills Mon-El and also kills Allura, and actually goes back in time to stop Sam from killing Rain, and she basically does it herself, so it causes Rain not to freak out and make sure everyone is safe. And this was a very interesting thing. I never thought I'd actually see Supergirl do time travel, but there you go. So that was kind of like the big ending of the season. That was kind of like where everything sort of wrapped up. And then this is where we get all the little other story threads being wrapped up. We see Jean actually step down from the DEO, and he has actually now left the DEO, and he is now just going to be living a life because he was inspired by his father to do that. After now that his father is now gone and they've shared their memories together, he's now ready to kind of move on from DEO, and he then promotes Alex to the director. So Alex is now the director of the DEO, so that's going to be awesome in season 4. We then get Winn's goodbye scene. Like I said, Winn is now a member of the DEO, so he leaves with Mon-El. There was a really nice moment, actually, because every kind of character got a moment to shine with Mon-El, or with Winn, sorry, which I really liked, because Winn has obviously been in the show since the pilot. He's been there from episode 1, so to see him kind of take this position as a member of the Legion of Superheroes is a very awesome development for him, and I can't wait to see if we get some more of that in season 4. I'm sure we will. He is a recurring character next season, so that gets me very optimistic about that, and I really enjoyed just the fact that this is now happening. And we then get a moment that I've been waiting for a really long time, which is James finally outs himself as Guardian. After unmasking himself in the battle at the start of the episode, he then gets a call from a reporter asking him about the said subject, and he asks if there are any further comments, and he just says, yes, I am Guardian. And then this then comes up on the news that Catco president and leader of Catco now, James Olsen, is Guardian. So I wonder how this is going to affect him in Season 4. Is he going to have to deal with this? I don't know, but I'm very excited and very intrigued. We then kind of have two little setups for Season 4 that are potentially quite villainous, one of which being Lena actually looking at one of the stones that was very prevalent to take down Rain in this episode. We thought she actually gave all of it to Allura to take back to Argo. Turns out she still has a piece. She calls Miss Tessmacher and says, look, you can do the next stage of our experiments. What this means, I'm not too sure. I will have a video about this, I'm sure, coming up very soon. But I think it's very surprising and potentially that villainous turn for Lena. We then get the final scene, the very confusing scene, which is we go to Siberia and then we see Kara show up in Siberia. She's not wearing her costume, she's just kind of wearing like basically what looks like a towel. She shows up in front of the Siberian soldiers, she says nothing, she looks very confused, but she shows up in this place, like this military base, and that's where the episode ends. I am so confused as to what this is. I've heard so many theories, I just don't know what to say about this at all. Once again, I will have a video going up about this because this is a very intriguing concept. I think there are a couple of things you can go from this. One is that this is something to do with the time travel. This is something to do with a mistake Kara made. Perhaps this is something they're going to do similarly to what the Flash did in Season 3 of Savitar. Please no, it didn't work with Savitar, it won't work here. But it could be that. It could be something to do with a time-displaced Kara. Or I've heard a lot of theories it could be Overgirl, which I think would be pretty cool. Or potentially they're adopting the Superman Red Sun storyline. Who knows? Overall, though, I thought this was a pretty decent finale for Season 3 of Supergirl. While this season had an incredible start and a pretty weak end, I think that this was a pretty good way to wrap everything up. And I think all the little story threads were wrapped up really, really nicely, and it all was tied up in a nice little bow in the end, really, which I did appreciate. And also, seeing all these little, carrots being dangled in front of our faces for Season 4 was definitely intriguing. Like I said, that one at the end with this potentially time-displaced Kara, I don't know what's going on there, but I'm most definitely intrigued to see where that goes in Season 4. But it was a pretty decent finale on the whole. But what did you guys think about the Season 3 finale of Supergirl? Tell me all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did you like this episode? Did you hate this episode? Tell me all your thoughts. Like I said, I think this was a pretty decent finale on the whole. I enjoyed a lot of it. I do think it has some issues in terms of its pacing and in terms of its script and its dialogue, but I think that overall this finale was a lot of fun. I did enjoy how everything wrapped up. I enjoyed how they ended up closing off Rain's story. I like the hints of where the Legion's going. I think this is a really good setup for Season 4, and it gets me pretty excited for Season 4, and I haven't felt excited about Supergirl in a while. And once again, I would like to apologise for the different kind of formatting of this video. I know everything was quite quick, but that's just how I have to make these videos on my iPad. Like I said, my laptop has been delayed. I was supposed to be getting it today, but it's been delayed another 24 hours, which means I won't get it till tomorrow. But I really wanted to get my review for Supergirl out, so I decided to bite the bullet and kind of just make this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do apologise for that, but it was kind of the best I could do in this kind of situation. But my laptop will be back with me tomorrow, hopefully, and videos will be completely back on track from then on. So thank you guys for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. It will help me out a lot. And share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DC TV and get them to join the community. And as always, guys, please subscribe for all of your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and Black Lightning. And with all that said, guys, hope to see you again in my next video.